morning, everybody. Welcome to another MORFIT Live workout. My name is Stuart. I'll be doing the workout here with you today. We have a body weight workout for you today, and we're actually going to break it up into two sections. We're going to work on more of a body weight flow, which is going to be more mobility based, somewhat reminiscent of some yoga positions. And then the second half of the workout is going to be all core based. It's going to be 5 minutes of each circuit, and we're going to go through 3 rounds. We got a 30-minute workout ahead of us, and we're just going to get right into it because the body weight flow is a nice little warm-up anyways. So we'll start with that. Let me just see. I know we'll do it all together. We'll do it nice and slow, and then in the second and third rounds we might go a little bit quicker and maybe get through the whole thing twice instead of just once. So have a little bit of space ready to go. Let's get started. And again, all body weight, guys. We don't need any equipment today. So we're going to start with a body weight squat. Let's just drop down into a squat position. We're going to hold here for a second. Try to get the heels down, chest up, knees out. Our usual cues on the squat. And from here, we're going to go into a break dancer. So hands are going to go on the floor. My knees are going to bend, so I'm in this crawling position. I'm going to twist my body or my lower half to the right, pulling my left leg underneath my torso, and I'm going to drive my hips up. But notice my right arm stays dangling or reaching down to the floor, so I'm not turning all the way around. I'm trying to get rotation in my spine. I'm going to pull my left leg back under, back to that quadruped position. And then my right foot is going to come under, twist, drive the hips up, and keep that left arm and face looking down at the floor. We're going to come back, and that's called our breakdancer move. From here, we're just going to put our knees on the floor. We're going to do some more spine mobility. So we're going to go into a cat-camel or a cat-cow. Driving the spine up to the ceiling, tucking the pelvis in, tucking the chin in. And then we're going to drive the belly button down to the floor, lifting the chin up and lifting the pelvis or tailbone up to the ceiling. Let's just do one more of each of those. Raising the spine up or flexing the spine and then extending the spine. All right, from here we're going to go into a downward dog kick. So kick the knees up off the floor, straighten them out, and we're in a downward dog position here. I'm going to lift my left foot up to the ceiling. So I'm kicking my left foot up, and now I'm going to transition my body forward into a plank, bringing my left foot forward to the outside of my left hand. So I'm into this deep spider lunge position. From here, I'm just going to raise my torso up, bring my back knee off the floor. So more into this lunge warrior position. I'm going to grab the outside of the left knee with the right hand, pull and twist my spine. So we're doing a lot of spine mobility here in this flow. From here, I'm going to turn my torso back to the front and keep going. So turning all the way around. 90 degrees. I'm going to shift my weight over my right or back leg. Both of my feet are pointing in the direction I'm facing. And I'm looking to get a stretch in my inner thigh on my straight leg. Okay, come on back to the front. We're going to step out, back to the downward dog. And this time we're going to kick up the right heel to the ceiling. Step forward with the right foot into that spider lunge position. Lift the back knee up, lunge and pull the left hand on the outside of the right knee, allowing us to twist a little bit further through the spine. From here we're transitioning around 90 degrees. Shift the weight over top of the back leg, pointing both feet forward in the direction you're facing, stretching the inner thigh of the straight leg. We got 1 minute to go here. I'm going to transition back to the front. Step back with the right foot, both knees on the floor. Push your toes out behind you, sit back on your ankles. And then we're going to lean back. You might be on your hands. You might go down to your elbows. You might go right down to your back. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. We're looking to stretch out the front of the thighs or the quadriceps here. Come back up from here. Hands on the floor. Come back to your squat position. Sit back. We're going to drop both legs down to the left. So we're in a 90 degree position at both legs. We're going to drop the chest over top of the shin to get a glute stretch. And let's just transition over to the other side. Not a very long hold because we're running out of time. And then chest over top of the other shin to stretch the other glute. All right. And that was the whole movement pattern. So hopefully that was slow enough that you can kind of follow along. When we get back to that same series in round 2 and 3, we'll either go a little bit faster or maybe do some extra reps so we can get a little bit more work in. All right, so we're going into the core section here. Everything is going to be 30 seconds. We start with mountain climbers. We'll finish with the side plank, and then we reverse all the exercises until we end up at that mountain climber again. So let's get going here. 30 seconds of mountain climbing. The timer is set on 30-second intervals, so you can keep your eye on the clock there if you'd like, or have your own stopwatch going. After mountain climbers, we'll be going into just a plank. All right, so plank position. We have lots of options on the plank. We can go from the hands. This is a fair amount of work on the wrist, this core series. So if you prefer, you can go down to the elbows. And of course, if the feet's too much, you can drop your knees down and go from the knees. All right, let's roll over into a V-sit. So seated position. My hands can be on the floor for support or cross over the chest or out in front. My feet can either be resting on the floor, that'll be the lightest variation, or the knees or the heels can come up. And we can progress towards straight knees over time to really challenge ourselves on the V-sit. Try to keep the spine as long as possible. We're trying to avoid over-rounding of the spine. All right, we're gonna go down onto our backs. That was 30 seconds. We're gonna walk our heels out, bring our hips up in the air. Now we're in a reverse. I have space under my hips. My hips are not on the floor. My toes are pointing up to the ceiling. And I'm pivoting off of my shoulder blades. All right, let's transition to our side plank. So elbow on the floor. You can do this off of the hand as well if you prefer. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side, and then we make our way back. Reverse plank, V-sit, plank, and mountain climbers. For the side plank, you can challenge yourself by having the leg up in the air. If that's too tough, you go down to your knees. So make the movements appropriate for you. That's 30. Let's transition to the other side. Regardless of the variation you choose on your side plank, we want to try to keep the body sideways. So try not to have yourself rolling forward. Try not to let the hips sag down. All right, that's 30. We're on our back again for the reverse plank. If my feet are close to my body and I'm more of a hip drive position, I'm still going to work a lot of the same muscles, but it won't be quite as hard, and it'll be a little less hamstring dominant. The further out I go with my feet, it becomes more challenging, especially on the hamstrings. All right, V-sit. Remember, from the V-sit, we'll be going into the plank and then mountain climbers. And that'll be 5 minutes of core work. All right, transition plank. The first time I did this workout, I went through even though the audio was cutting out, I went through the whole thing because I didn't know the audio was not working for most of it. My core was really, really sore for a few days. Don't often do lots of core work in one workout. Try to keep it a little bit more full body. All right, mountain climbers. 30 seconds. We get a 40-second break after this. So that's first round of both series. We're going to go through both series 2 more times. There's a chance for recovery, hydrate, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to go back to the squat, breakdancer, so on and so forth. We're going to go through the flow a little bit quicker, not too fast. And we might get through 1.5 sets of it. We might get through 2 full sets. Maybe we'll just do 1 again. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's get started. Dropping down into the squat. Breakdancer here, hands come to the floor. Quadruped position with the knees off the floor. Left foot's gonna come under. Square up the hips, drive them up, keep the right hand down. Pull the left foot back under the body, and now the right leg sneaks under. Drive the hips. Right leg back under. Knees to the floor. Cat camel. Or cat cow. I don't know, is there a difference between cat camel and cat cow? Or just different people call it different things? I don't really know. More of each. Spine up. And spine goes down. All right, downward dog. Left heel's gonna kick up. Step through with the left foot. Strong drive forward with the hips to get that hip flexor stretched here. Come back up, lunge with the twist. Right hand to the outside of the left leg. Here's our transition. Transitioning over top of the right leg. Stretching out the inner thigh. Come back up to the front. Step with the left leg out, downward dog again. Right heel kicks up. Step forward with the right. Hip flexor stretch on the left side. Come up to that low lunge with the twist. Woo! I almost fell over there. And transition over top of the back leg, or left leg now. Transition back to the front. Stepping out with the right leg. Knees down, toes out, sit back on the ankles, and we're leaning back. Face-up position. Drive the hips forward, stretching out the quads. Transition back up. Come back to the squat. Sit down. Roll your legs over to the left. We're in our 90-90 position here. Chest comes down to the shin. Stretching out your left glute. We're gonna transit this round because we have a bit more time. So from here, take your left elbow, pull it into your left hip, roll to your back, tuck the right elbow into the right hip, and now we're into that same position on the opposite side. Bring the chest to the shin, stretch out the right glute. Try to keep 90 degrees at both knees. Let's go back to the first side. So tuck the right elbow into the right hip. Transition, rolling through the back. And come on up. Let's go back to our squat. We got what? About 40 seconds or so, 50 seconds. Okay, back to the break dancer. Hands on the floor. Left leg comes through. Twist the hips, drive them up. Keep looking at the floor. Pull the left foot under. Right side is going to go under. Drive the hips. Try to reach for the floor with the left hand. Right leg comes under. Knees to the floor. Cat, cow, camel dog. Farm animal movement. And we are going to finish there. All right. Okay, well, we got through one in a little bit. We'll see how we do on round 3. So the core stays the same, guys. Mountain climbers, plank, V-sit, so on and so forth. Always 30 seconds. We keep it at 5 minutes of work. Whew. How are we doing so far? Making it through? All right, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, let's get ready. We're starting off with mountain climbers and then plank. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Almost there. And plank. After plank, we roll over to the V-sit. Three, 2, 1, and V-sits. Remember, your feet can be on the floor if you need to make it a bit easier, or if your balance is not very great, have your hands on the floor as well. In the V-sit, we're going into plank. 3, 2, 1, reverse plank. So those first 3 exercises are all working the anterior abdominals, your rectus abdominis. The reverse plank, you're gonna feel as a nice relief from what you just did because it actually works the posterior chain. It works the spine extensors. And then when we get to the side plank, it works the obliques. All right, side plank here, which works the side of the torso. So we're making sure we work front, back, and sides. This workout's a little bit more dominant on the front. Because that's what a lot of people want. But probably more important than working the front is the muscles on the back. They're the ones that keep us upright. All right, that's 30. Transition to the other side. Heading back to the reverse plank after this. Keep breathing and keep holding that position. All right, let's rotate back down to our back. Hips up. Again, feet closer to the hips to make it a bit easier. If you find that's too easy, then start walking the heels out. As long as the only things on the floor are your feet or heels, and as high up the shoulder blades as you can. All right, we're into the V-sit. Transitioning back to the front or the anterior abdominals here for the last 3 exercises. So V-sit, plank, and mountain climbers. More seconds on V-sit. 2, 1, and back to plank. On the plank, we want to think of not letting our low back sag or hyperextend. So tuck your tailbone in like a scared dog, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abdominals, and that will keep the work in the front. All right, mountain climbers, last 30. Right to the end here. We're getting close. And that's it. All right. That triple beep throws me off sometimes. All right. 2 rounds done. And check, check. I still got audio, so this is good. Better than the last time we did this workout. One more time through, guys. We're back to the flow. I'm going to challenge us a little bit more this time. We're going to just try and continually move through the movements. So we will definitely get through 2 full rounds, if not 2 and a bit. I won't transition fast, but I'm not going to pause very much. We're just going to keep flowing or moving. All right, let's get ready. 2, 1, squat down. Hands come to the floor. Quadruped position, left leg comes under. Break dancer to the left. Pull the left leg under. Right foot comes under, break dancer on the right. Hips come under, bring the knees down to the floor. Cat, camel, Old MacDonald. And then drive the spine back down. One more time on each. Why are we doing 2 of these and nothing else? I don't really know. It's just the way it started, so that's the way it's going. Up to downward dog. Kick the left heel up. Step through with the left. Bring the knee up. Grab the outside of the left knee with the right hand. We're twisting. And now we're flowing over to the back leg. Inner thigh stretch. Come back to the front. Step out with the left foot. Downward dog. Right heel kick. Step forward with the right. Bring the left knee up, grab the outside of the right knee with the hand. Rotate 90 degrees, transition over top of the back leg. Back to the front. Step out with the right, knees down, toes out. Sit back on the ankles. Leaning back. Drive the hips up. Come back up. Squat. Sit down. Lower the legs to the left. Chest over top of the shin. We're in our 90-90 glute stretch. Tuck the left elbow into the left hip. Roll it to the right side. Tuck the right elbow. Glide the chest over. Right elbow back into the hip. Roll to your back. Left elbow into the left hip. Glide the chest over. And come back up. Back to the squat. One more time through. Here we go. Hands to the floor. Quadruped position. Left leg comes under. Break dancer on the left. Left leg comes under. Right leg to the other side. Break dancer right. Bring the right leg under. Knees to the floor. Old McDonald. Spine up. Spine down. One more. Spine up. And spine down. Downward dog. Left heel comes up. Left foot comes forward. Deep lunge. Come into a low lunge with a twist. Transition over top of the back leg. Back to the front. Step out with the left foot. Downward dog. Right side comes up. Step through with the right. Deep lunge. Transition to low lunge with the twist. Rotate 90 degrees. Inner thigh stretch on the opposite side. Come back to the front. Step out with the right. Knees to the floor, toes out. Sit back on the ankles. Lower yourself back. I keep thinking I'm gonna hit my head on this wall. Come back up. Squat. Lower yourself down. Legs to the left. Chest to the shin. Left elbow into the left hip. Let's roll to the back. Glide to the right side. Right elbow in, roll to the back, glide on the left side. You gotta be getting close to 5 minutes here. Come back up, transition to the squat. Where are we at? 30 seconds left, okay. Break dancer again, hands down, left leg comes under. Drive the hips, pull the left leg back, right leg under, break dancer right, pull that leg under. Knees down, and we'll go into our cat-cow. Downward dog, and we'll finish there. All right. Woo, that was nice. Got a little bit of sweat going on that one. Okay. Core circuit one more time, and then we're done, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too fast. Hopefully we remembered the movements from the first couple rounds. All right, we know what's going on. Mountain climbers here. Let's get ready. We start in 10. All right, here we go, guys. Last 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Almost there. And plank. V-sit is on deck. All right, 2, 1, transition to the V-sit. And reverse plank is after here. All right, reverse plank, on your back, hips up. Let those abs recover. Toes pointed up, hips up, and breathe. All right, side plank. Let's go. Leg up if you want to challenge yourself for last round. Three, 2, 1, and transition to other side. On the bell, we're back to the reverse plank. All right, here we go. Two minutes to go. Less than 10 seconds, hips up. All right, V-sit. Nothing but abdominal work left. Woo. Transition over to plank. Last minute. So we got our 30-second plank, 30-second mountain climber, and then we're done. Climbers are starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, guys. Last 30 seconds of work. How many climbers can you do in 30? Four, 3, 2, and time. Woo. All right, that's it. That's the whole workout, guys. Well done. All right, don't be surprised if you feel a little bit of soreness or fatigue in the abdominals tomorrow, because that's quite a bit of ab work, at least compared to a lot of the workouts that I put you guys through. It's a lot of core work. So, mic is still on. We didn't lose any audio. We didn't lose any live streaming, so it looks like it was a successful video. So I had to reshoot videos 50 and 51 due to technical issues. And now those are both completed. So those will be posted up on the website very shortly. All right, guys, thank you very much for participating. We're not going to do any stretches today because half of the workout was stretching already. But if you want to stretch anything else out, please do so. I will see you guys on the, for the next workout, whenever that is. Take care.